Aloha, everyone, and welcome to 22 and You. I am Neil Molokai Mystic with my sidekick,
Nick with my angels.
and this is Thanksgiving week. So, woohoo, Thanksgiving! So, happy Thanksgiving, everyone, and I hope you are enjoying your family or preparing to enjoy your family and friends and um, counting all of your blessings and really standing in the energy of appreciation and gratitude and love. So, Nick,
Yes,
what is our topic today?
our topic today was kind of chosen by the divine,
Kind
although
of
it
pull a
yeah,
card.
yeah, but I mean, we wanted something that was in relation to Thanksgiving, but at the same time, we wanted the topic to be chosen by our guides. So on Sunday, on our ABC show, I set the intention that the cards would give us a message about what the topic of today's show would be, and I got the card love compassion. So I think that's the best topic that can be for Thanksgiving, love and compassion. What can we give best than love and compassion for Thanksgiving? So I found this message as a great message from our guides to celebrate Thanksgiving. So, our topic is love, compassion, and gratitude.
So, hi, Joanna. Thank you for coming. Because for a moment there, I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to see the comments again. So,
Hi,
so
Ari.
when it comes to Thanksgiving, and the things. Hi, Erica. And giving of the heart, and appreciating the blessings that we are given. There's Can I get a card, Nikki?
Yes. Erica, today we are giving cards tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. But now is a different show. Now is 22 and You. It's a it's a show where we discuss a particular subject once a month on the 22nd. So today, our show is about love, gratitude, and compassion. But for a card, tune in with us at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We will be giving cards, but not right now.
Okay, you drive safe, Tiffany. She says she's on the road, just popping in to say hello.
Hello, Tiffany.
So, all right, and Kira says hello. And lots of downloads today. Ooh, okay. We'll take some time. She says lots of downloads today. Take some time to integrate. Uh, give yourself some sacred space. Yeah. How are you both?
I am doing good. I'm doing good. My hand is recovering good. I mean, it's a slow process, but I'm improving very well. I'm very happy with the progress. So I'm getting there. That's my
And
hand. And
and Precious asking for a card. And I'm so glad you guys, love when we give cards and you guys appreciate it because, you know, we appreciate you guys following us. So Precious asking for a card too. And yes, this is Tuesday, so it gets a little confusing. So we probably will be having a lot of people asking for cards today on this particular show, but this is 22 and You. So this is where we talk about some deep subjects and topics. And a lot of times the topics on this show come in from our followers and we discuss it. But we will be on, as Tiffany says, thank you, see you later. We will be on for our card reading show, Silly
in
Rainbow,
2 hours.
in a couple of hours. So hang out with us. And we'll be pulling cards in a little bit. Oh, Kara. I also had a fracture in my hand in June and still healing. Oh, sending you healing.
Sorry
Oh,
to hear.
see, I'm sorry to hear about your hand. I'm glad it's healing. And I appreciate you sending healing to our lovely Nick as well. So thank you. Healing, energy, love, and prayers. See, we appreciate all of you guys. So, Nick, where do you think, in regards to the topic today, where do you think this conversation is going to go? You guys, we don't plan this out. We just, you know, go with where we go. So we go with the flow.
Yeah, the idea started with when we were discussing about something we wanted to do in our educational gathering group, and we came up with a challenge. And how can we give something that money cannot buy? Like giving does it shouldn't be always coming from our pocket. Like we don't need to spend money in order to give the best gift. If you sit and think about what are the best gifts you received in your life, most of the time you will think of stuff you have received, or things or actions or people doing things for you that didn't come from money.
Mhm.
Like gifts that are valuable, that are pricey, makes you happy in the moment. But things that comes from the heart, that another person didn't necessarily buy for you, this stays with you forever.
Yeah. I saw
So
the other day, I thought, I don't know that I would have done it as large as this particular person did it, but it was her birthday, and her son had drawn her a picture of an owl, a little boy. So it was really a cute, cute picture. Um, and the owl had its wings all out, and it was blue, but you could tell it was an owl because it had, the owl face. But this particular person, in honor of that gift for her birthday, she had it tattooed on her leg. I mean, and that is such a precious, precious gift from our children. They give from their heart, their talent, their abilities, their and if a child knows how to give a gift of love, what is this challenge for us adults?
yeah,
What do you think that? Why do you think that is?
I think because we we have a misunderstanding about life, and we tend to think that we are in competition with each other, and that the more we pay for something, the more the other person will appreciate our gift. We're like, oh, but this is, I only paid like $5 for this, and another person is giving a gift that is $200, then my gift will have no value. We feel like we're always in competition, and it's not about that. Like I will give you a simple example. Like now I have an injured hand. Someone can bring me a gift of $500, or just come and say, I'll wash the dishes for you. Trust me, the person who will wash the dishes for me has more value than the gift of $500 or whatever, you know? So
Right.
it's just the gesture that counts. It's what makes a difference to me. And someone who helps me with what I need, that makes a difference. It's not the money. So this
Mhm.
is why for me it was very important this year to point out the importance of helping without money. Think to yourself, how can you make a difference with something money cannot buy? Because this is what stays in the
Mhm.
heart.
It's true. It's true. I will tend to remember and treasure those little things.
Yeah.
more than material things. Um, and I don't know, it just makes me feel more lighthearted
Mhm.
when I see that somebody actually thought of me enough to consider what what I might appreciate the most, not just how they're going to look in giving this gift. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's really, really important. And um, I love that Jessica mentioned it's very important for soul growth. And I'm going to kind of flip things here and go back to the children aspect again. And we have this saying with little kids, the terrible twos. Oh, the kid's going through the terrible twos. And there is a reason why children at two go through terrible twos, which we call terrible twos, right? And it's because the first part of the brain that is full, that is fully expanded, um, is the emotions. And so at 2 years old, that part of the brain of emotions is fully developed, which means by 2 years old, everything that they dislike is going to be fully emotionally felt. So everything is a traumatic experience if I don't get what I want because they're feeling that full effect.
Mm.
Everything that they love, even if it's a little, oh, you found my teddy bear. I'm so excited. They go to that full effect. And the thing is, their rationale, their cognitivity doesn't fully develop until you are 24 years old. That's a big span to deal with a lot of emotion. So I had a conversation with my guides. What the frick is going on with that, right? And they sure do. And um, the reason that the emotional aspect of the brain develops fully by 2 years old, and parents, grandparents, this is really important, is because the most important thing in your journey of being human is the emotion of love. And we have this beautiful window while the child is developing to fill that part of the brain with unconditional love. Now, the challenge is how do we reinforce the cognitive responses in now sharing that love with full integrity, giving the gift of what they fully have developed but don't know how to understand and respond and react to, you know? And so, as adults, now we'll go back to the adult section. As adults, our example, because our little ones are watching us 24/7, they're, whether you realize it or not, they're learning something from you. So, teaching our children by our actions and our words how we respond, how we give, really instills, and I think with a lot of the generations that were before the iPads and the iPhones and the press a button and there's a video, before internet shopping, stuff like that, we were taught you make a noodle necklace, you make the popcorn thing for the tree, you give of, and there wasn't a lot of money back then either. So we were taught to create, to give from the heart, to take a moment and help out a neighbor. And this was taught by the actions of our parents or by school projects, or this was something that was instilled in us as children. And I think this is what brings a lot of appreciation for those homemade things or those personal actions and considerations for what we need in the moment. But how do we instill that in today's generation of children? Because there is so much dependence on technology and not on that social
Yeah, everything is
connection
made
as to
so
what
easy.
people need. Excuse
Everything
me.
is made so easy for not only for the kids but for the parents, because the parents, their days are so full, and they don't take the time to sit with the kids and teach them this, teach them how to spend time in doing. It's easier for them to get something instead
Mhm.
of do something. So they don't really teach them or sit with them to, I mean, to learn this lesson. I don't know how.
And
I
I
think
think that the more, the more, and it's hard because with empaths, and a lot of our children today are empaths, and they're sucking up all of the energy that's on the internet and not getting the social skills. But at the same time, when you put them out into the social skills, the social world, um, the empath in them, they can pick up what they need, but they don't know how to respond to the energies that are coming at them in regards to um, knowing that someone is in distress. What is our role as adults in setting that example? You know, because one, giving. As empaths, we want to give our all because we're feeling their pain. So how is it that we can give what somebody else needs without replenishing of ourselves?
I think one of the things is to try and we are in a mode of protection. We tend to we're teaching our kids by protecting them a
Mm,
lot instead of teaching them to face and like accept what they are feeling and ex- explain
honor it.
to them explain to them what they are feeling and how to deal with it. Like, this is what is going on and this is how you can deal with it. Instead of that, we protect them and we
Mm.
teach them how to hide and how to like shield themselves from it or how to distract themselves from it. Like, okay, not to feel it, you can do this instead. But then life keeps happening, and in life you will have to face it one at some point. You cannot keep hiding, and at some point it will get too much.
So teaching them that skill of honoring their emotions and explaining to them. Kids are a lot smarter than we give them credit for. You can learn a lot from our kids. They are brilliant little light workers, finding their path. And we just need to give them that strong foundation, you know, being able to give of the heart, honoring the emotions that you feel, because as adults, we can kind of understand when somebody needs something and we give, um, and we honor both that person's journey and our journey. But as adults, I think just by doing that as well and talking with the kids and explaining by example, you know, um, it it really honors their journey, you
Yeah,
know. So I think it's both important. We're all both teacher and student, and um, our children at 2, remember, their emotions are fully developed. And the reason that my guides told me is because the emotion of love is the most important one. So from the child's aspect, and we're going to go back into the adult's aspect, but from the child's aspect, we have this divine opportunity to really teach them that love, that compassion, that appreciation, in not only honoring other people but honoring themselves as well, you know. So anyway, I just wanted to touch on the child aspect and that divine opportunity that we all have, and understand that when a kid is when you see a child with doing a tantrum, have compassion. Have compassion for the mother. I mean, they are feeling everything to the fullest, you know, and they haven't yet developed how that cognitive response to how to deal with that. So, um, okay, now let's get back into the adult realm now. Sorry.
Yeah. Just
um,
just one point as a transition, because
mm,
you were mentioning the kids, and we will get back to the adult, but because we're talking about gratitude too, and because of the subject you were mentioning, like just a suggestion, I feel like, what if everyone here, if you are a parent or a grandparent, if you can take some time this year before the holidays, some spare time to a gift, create a gift to give to someone, and see how much the child will be different giving this gift to a person. Like if you sit with a child, whether it's your child or your grandchild, and say, let's create a gift for mom or for dad or for your sister or your brother. It can be a card, a drawing, it can be anything you want. And see the difference in this child, in the creation of the gift, in how they will offer this present. And you will understand by yourself the importance of what money, how much money can change the impact that a gift has when it's coming from the heart, rather than when you're buying it. You buy it, it gets out, like you enjoy the moment you're buying it. An hour later, it's poof out. But when you worked on it, it's a memory that stays with you forever.
yeah, it
With
is
you creating it and with the person receiving it. Just
absolutely.
have this experience and you will feel the difference.
And you get to see if you're there when they actually get to give it, you get to see that excitement that they have as they know that this person is unwrapping that particular gift, you know. They get so excited and they just, you know, uh, it's a different level of giving for a child when it's something that they've created, you know. I mean, it could be something so simple, you know, a handprint on a paper plate decorated with
Yeah.
noodles, you know. It makes such a difference, and they remember it, and that's the feeling that they're going to want to carry with them in the future in their giving, you know. So mm. so um now what about adults giving, you know. um there is a saying that, when we give something, we give up our treasures, not our trash. And I think that's not just about material things. I think that this has a lot to do, for me anyway. If I'm giving of my heart. I'm Whether it's something material or if it's some action or if it's time, energy, conversation. I'm If it doesn't feel like something that I in my heart am called to do, I won't do it. I won't do it because I think about how I feel. Now, technical terms for my situation, the legal term for my situation on paper is disabled. Okay, so as a disabled person, when I do open myself up to receive, meaning I'm going to ask somebody to help me with something, and you pick up that energy of that they're going to do it because I asked them to do it, but they don't really want to do it. And I know that how I feel when they actually do it, knowing that they did it under protest, not that they've said anything, but I picked up this energy. They're like, okay, yeah, but you feel it that they don't really want to do it, but they're going to do it, right? It kind of puts this big bow, pretty wrapping on an ugly gift. You see what I'm saying?
All
And
right. 100%.
and so when I give of whether whatever it is, if it's my time, my energy, an item, I want it. I want to give of my treasure, not my trash. I don't want my ugly being wrapped in a pretty bow. You know, it's fake. And if I'm going to gift, I want it to be with that love and that compassion, something that they can energetically appreciate, um, and know that it is authentic. So it's kind of like giving the gift of integrity, no matter how big or small it is for me, um, because I know how it feels to be the recipient of a gift of time, energy, or whatever. And so I believe for me, when I hear that phrase, give of your treasures, not your trash, it's so much more than the material thing. It is, I want to feel that I appreciate giving it as well. So that when they receive it, that's the energy they receive it in. Because I know how it feels to be the recipient of, of a fake gift. It's not authentic. It's done under protest, or it is, even sometimes I feel like there's the energy of resentment, you know um, so when you give of your heart, you give of the passion behind the blessing. you know um, don't wrap ugly up in a pretty bowl, you know because it will be felt, you know so. And I think also, um, as givers, as healers, we tend to set the tone without us realizing we set the tone for things. We, in the moment of our heart filled with wanting to give, and someone is the receiver of this, we have now set the expectation,
Yeah.
you know, that they know where to come for that, you know, and then it's a repetitive thing. So even if it's like our time in conversation, um, they know, oh, okay, I'm going through this. I can go see Janelle, and she's going to make me feel all better, and not realizing that, yes, in that moment, I gave of my time and my space and my energy, um, because that's what I felt called to do. And I loved it. And then it repeats, and then it repeats, and then it repeats. If at any point I feel that's too much, it's draining me, I don't want to go into that conversation feeling that heaviness, because then I just wrapped a pretty bow on an ugly gift, you know? So as we as we teach others how to treat us, how to appreciate us, that means we also have to appreciate us as well. We have to honor our gift of time, energy, of ourself as well. Just like when we were talking about the examples you set in the time and the teaching of the children, and how to handle that, all of that emotion of love and giving, and letting them know to honor their feelings. We need to remember that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is okay to say, you know, yeah, come on over. I'll spend some time with you, but I only have this much time to offer. You know, um, understand how what your limits are in that gift, so that you can continue to do it with that joy and appreciation of that gift in itself. You know? And I always hear, oh, you're spoiling someone. You spoil this person. No, I don't spoil. I love a lot. Okay. When the other person starts taking my gift for granted or feeling like they are entitled, they've spoiled the gift.
Yeah.
I'm not spoiling you. You're spoiling the opportunity to be blessed, you know? So for me, because I look at everything as everything is love, if I'm giving the gift of love and you're taking it for granted, and you start anticipating that there is, um, I'm entitled to this all of a sudden, you have spoiled the blessing. And it's the same thing going back to the children again, you know, loving our children, giving our children all of the time and energy that we have. This is not spoiling your children. It's when they start feeling entitled or 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 not appreciating, you know, that's when the moment is spoiled. That's when the blessing is spoiled. It's not because you've given so much. It's when the recipient of it doesn't appreciate it, you know. Um, what you want to say, Nick?
I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. And sometimes uh, when you feel like, because of the example you gave, like, okay, you listen one time, second time, and at some point when you feel like, okay, today I'm not feeling it, I'm not ready to listen, and you put a limit because you don't want to wrap something ugly, like you said, in a beautiful wrapping. And if that day you say no, the other person, I mean, might feel rejected, abandoned, accuse you of having changed, like
Mm.
you're not treating me well. What happened? Like, you're just honoring yourself. Nothing happened. It's
And
just,
it's exactly what you tell them, you
yeah,
know. I, like I honor you, I honor myself as well.
yeah.
And,
It's
I,
nothing about them. It's just that your energy,
yeah,
you, it's your energy on that day that is not allowing you to give.
hmm,
And if you want to stand in your truth, you have to say no, and they have to respect that. So,
that's a good topic right there. Saying no, saying no,
no.
you know, being able to say no and appreciate that gift of no. And I do say it is a gift. It really is. And a lot of us think, oh, we're saying no so that we say no to this person and we're saying yes to us. But in actuality, no gives that gift of an opportunity for that person to realize their own divine strength, their own divine light, you know. Um, and we're saying no to supporting or helping or something like that, but it's actually a gift to them, and they probably won't see it. They probably won't see it in the moment. But if we can look beyond the current moment and see the beautiful outcome of their transformation, of their strength, of the tools that they're going to gain from going through this experience and standing in their own strength and light, our no is actually a beautiful gift of honoring their journey, of honoring the divine that's in them. Yes, we can support, but Saying no can be saying I love you, not just to yourself because your own energy is saying no, you know, it's because it's just not meant for you to fix. And you're giving this person or persons the opportunity to really expand and grow. And yeah, they might not like it in the moment, but see beyond the current moment and and embrace the energy of the outcome, because every hard lesson has beautiful tools behind it, you
Yeah.
know. So even our no's can be a beautiful, beautiful gift. But this time it's kind of wrapped differently. When they receive it, they don't see the pretty bow.
Yeah.
They just see the no, you know. So, but it is such an important gift to give someone, is to be able to tell them no. And it's also a gift for you if it's not in your energy to say yes, you know. So don't think of it as just me being selfish. You're really giving this person a beautiful gift that they just aren't able to see. It's going to take some layers of wrapping to take off before they can actually get to that gift. But it is a gift well worth receiving, you know. And we
Absolutely.
need to remember that too when somebody tells us no,
Oh yeah.
you know, because sometimes, you know, it takes a lot for us to ask for something. And then when we get a no, I would rather get a no than an ugly gift wrapped in a pretty bow. I would rather get a no than to have somebody do something for me that they didn't want to do in the first place, you know.
Yeah.
So remember that when somebody else tells you guys no, that's a gift. You just got to unwrap it and unwrap it and unwrap it until you find the treasure. You know.
I would also rather get a no rather than accusations. Like
Hmm.
sometimes a no can come in a disguise, and like an honest no, I think is the best answer you can give to someone when
Hmm.
you don't want to do something.
Yeah. So I mean, when we give from our hearts, we give a gift of integrity and authenticity, and these sometimes little games or little comments. You know, um, it's like if I don't hear it, I feel it. Feel it. You know, you feel it. There is a difference. You know.
Don't do if you don't feel like it. Don't give false excuses. Just
Yeah.
say no. It's a
Yeah.
gift. Yeah.
It is. It is a gift. I
Yeah.
would rather get a no. Yeah, absolutely. And that's the opposite. So both ways. So thinking of your no's as gifts as well, it not only relieves you of any false guilt that you might be carrying, but understanding it really is a blessing. It really is a blessing for both the recipient and um, you, you know. So what about the yeses?
About the
Saying yes.
like we
Saying
can
yes when you don't really need it. You know, saying yes when you don't really, you're just saying yes because you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. You know,
yeah,
that's,
that's a hard one. That's
yeah.
also a hard one because you don't want to hurt, and at the same time, yeah, it's a hard one. So what's your wisdom on that?
I get to throw that. I did the no, you're supposed to do the yes. Well, the first thing about the yes is, I think, is allowing yourself to say yes. A lot of times we don't want to ask for things, or if somebody offers, it's like, it's so overly generous that you're like, no, 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 I can't do that. No, 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 no. You know, um, and what we're doing is we're denying ourselves um, the ability to receive that divine gift, but we're also denying them the opportunity to bless us with a divine gift. You know, and I'm not saying that it's got to be something. You know, when I say generous, it could just be, you know, Nikki, you hurt your hand. I really, I know I'm over here in Hawaii, but I really want to come and see you and I want to help you out at home. And you're like, oh my God, that's too much money. No, never mind. You'd be like, yeah, come. But, you know, but for someone to to say, I'm going to travel, I'm going to spend months with you, I'm going to take care of you, to say yes to that is really, really
It's never
hard.
too late. You can still come.
You know, but allowing ourselves to say yes to the things that um, we know are given from the heart, and be open and love ourselves enough and love the other person. And again, it goes back to that authenticity of honoring the gift. Now, if it is a gift of someone, say, trying to showboat, I'm going to tell everybody I'm going to come and take care of you, but in actuality, I'm going to go over there and give you more work, and you know this, right? And you know that me being present with you is going to cause you more stress, but you know that saying yes would make me happy, you know? So how do you balance that, saying no and honoring that? Honoring both people while you say no to something that you know the yes is not resonating.
Well, I think the ideal would be to be true to yourself and just find a way to say no.
And how can you honor that no? How can you stand in that? What is the gift behind saying no to a yes that you know would make this person happy, but you're saying no to that yes? What is the other person going to get in regards to blessings that you can stand in your no, that really is you not just honoring your truth, but giving them a gift?
My honesty.
Yeah, your honesty, you know, allowing yourself the opportunity to let that other person know, I appreciate your offer. I do appreciate your offer. And I love that you decided to even consider what I might be needing. This is this is where I step in and say, um, the truth, whatever the truth may be, you know, and give them the opportunity of really seeing what it is that I need in that moment, you know. Um, so there's something that we give a lot of, and we give a lot of our time and our energy. We give a lot of our classes, and we've kind of set an expectation. Remember, I was talking about how when we start giving, when we do this journey of gifting, um, we kind of set the expectations for other people. And again, it has to do with honoring ourselves, honoring the other person, and and setting a teaching atmosphere. In other words, you're teaching other people what to expect from you and how to treat you and how to honor your decisions and gifts. And in our educational group, we do a lot of free activities and stuff like that. We have free gatherings. We have classes, our archangel classes. We always have the angel pay scale where you can choose to pay the full price, pay nothing at all, pay less, or pay more and support the other people. And this is not a financial it's not a financial gain for us by any means. This is a gift that we present, and any funds that come in help support us in being able to continue to do this. And um, sometimes we challenge ourselves to continue to stay in that light of giving, and yet realizing that this is a particular class that we do this with, and we've trained. When I say trained, it's we've set the example of what people are to expect by doing this. And we're always challenged, I feel, when we are going to introduce a class that doesn't have that scale on it, you know, setting the example of um, setting the example of, yes, we give, but there's also healthy boundaries in regards to like certain other courses and classes that, or sessions, you know, like we give a lot of free readings away. Tuesdays we give a lot of energy, time, and we do it from our heart, and it's something where we just enjoy because we're hanging out with everybody and we're spending time with everybody. But at the same time, if you wanted a personal reading, we would have to charge for that. So we're honoring the gift of our divine communication, our abilities, our wisdom, while still being able to set healthy boundaries and give where we can and retain where we need, in regards to that healthy boundary. So when we are making those type of choices, and somebody sees us making these type of choices, well, why are you charging this, and then this over here you give away free? You give all these readings away on silly rainbow, and then you charge this much for a session. How if someone is looking to give up their wisdom or to give up their abilities, and also maintain that healthy boundary from this section of giving and this section of sessions, how would you explain to them why it's important?
Because I feel that, like, there is a when someone is taking, for example, let's talk about a reading, for example. If someone is booking a session for a reading, if you are giving this session for free,
Mm,
and I, like, we do give free readings, etc. But when someone is paying, apart from the energy exchange, which is extremely important, you are absolutely right, Kate and Brandy. There is an energy exchange, but it's a little bit, there is something, a certain point more to that, is that when you pay money and you invest in it, you take it more seriously, and you tend to be more open to what you will hear in the session. Whereas when it's given without you investing in it, you might not give it your attention. You might not give it the importance that it has. And I mean, the session, when you, Neil, or I are giving a session, it's not about this hour that we spend with the person. There is a lot of preparation prior, a lot of prayer that goes on prior, and a lot of release and prayers after that, too. So that it's a lot of time that is invested before, a lot of preparation. So think of it as a gift, because we were talking about a gift. It's like we have prepared, think of yourself like you prepared a gift, you prepared it, you worked on it, and then you come and give it for free to someone who just look at it and put it aside. Whereas if you prepared something and then the person comes and pay for it, he will appreciate it because he paid for it. So it comes like maybe in contradiction with what we were saying at the beginning of this live, that stuff that money cannot buy, because it's different. We You can offer kindness, and you can offer things that money cannot buy to people, but when it comes to energy exchange, when it's uh, your gifts, you have to honor them, and there must be some energy exchange so that the other person appreciate and take the benefit from it. It's for them, not only for us. It's for them to benefit from it, not only for us, the giver. So,
I absolutely agree with that, because for me, whether it is a half an hour session or an hour and a half session, I start preparing an hour in advance, you know, and after the session, I have my releasing and my own. It's like so. Regardless if it's like I said, a half an hour session or an hour and a half session, there is extra time on top on both ends that I am taking out specifically for that person, you know. And it's for me as well, but I mean, I'm focusing on one individual, you know, for that session. And um, and people think, oh, well, it's just a half an hour session, you know. There's more than people realize that we go through, to honor our gifts, to put a value on something that is priceless, but at the same time, um, knowing that if you don't, if you take it lightly, you're dishonoring your gifts. And if someone is willing to have that energetic exchange, that financial energetic exchange, they are telling me I am willing to invest in my soul's journey. And that gives them that gift as well, because even though they have spent this finances, they are giving themselves the gift of saying, yes, I love myself enough, and I'm aware that I am important enough to want to expand on my journey, you know. So even though it's something that they might be taking out of their pocket and giving someone else, they're really giving themselves a gift as well, saying yes, investing in their journey. They're stepping into that, you know, and that gives them confidence. And I mean, it gives. This is why it's really not so much about the money, but it's about the effect that the money can have in the overall gift. But yeah, finding that harmony between giving of the heart and having to have healthy boundaries on other things. It's like or you have um, people that they want to come and get a card on Tuesdays. You know, we love giving you guys cards on Tuesdays. This is our hangout time on Tuesdays on Silly Rainbow. And still being able to honor the space of, say, this show or our ABC show, where we're not going to be pulling cards individually for everyone. Why? Because we're honoring the gift of what it is we're giving in the moment. We're honoring the gift of we are having a 22 and You show. We're honoring the gift that we're having a Phoenix Friday show or an ABC show. And when we're doing our Silly Rainbow show, we are honoring the gift of our Silly Rainbow show. And, so in every aspect of whatever it is that you're giving. If you're giving from the heart and your authentic yeses and your authentic nos, each one of them is a gift. You know, when we give from resentment, when we give from feeling like we're pressured into something, when we give from uh, just going through the motions and not even considering somebody else's need or want, or what it is that they enjoy, you know, we're wrapping it up in a bowl that is pretty, but it's the gift is still ugly because of the energy of it, you know. So, um, anything else? Got, we
Just
got 5 minutes.
uh, no, just I mean, just to wrap it, it was like the whole point was to make a difference between the energy exchange and the giving. Like when you give, you can, it's good to give from the heart, and it's not about something material. It doesn't have to involve money. You can give from the heart, and your gift is priceless. You give from your time, you give with love, you give attention. But when it's an energy exchange,
Hmm.
then money is important because this is how the flow keeps going.
Yeah, that's true. There is that difference. I love that you pointed that out. Thank you. Um, and you gave everybody an exercise to do with their grandkids or their kids,
Yeah.
and I think that's fantastic. Now, how about something for adults to do, like we did with the gratitude challenge? Because Nikki had this great gratitude challenge where um, it wasn't just about posting something that you're grateful for every day. She actually tweaked it and expanded that gratitude. So maybe you can give everybody a gratitude challenge just for the fun of it.
Well, I would love for everybody on this week if they could just prepare little post it notes with a nice sentence on it, like, you look beautiful, have a good day, everything will be okay. You know, these nice sentences. Have these post it notes with you, and wherever you go, when you feel guided, you find someone, you give one of these notes, or it can be a little card or whatever you're guided to, and see how you will bring a smile on people's faces. Some people might not react nice. It's their journey, and that's okay. You do your part, and it doesn't matter how they react. You do your part. Try and do that. And if you don't want to write a note, just cut some heart shaped little papers and give these. If you're riding on the bus, give some notes to the people around you on the bus. You might change someone's day. So,
And if you're like me and don't go out, um, you can always, scroll Facebook and
yeah,
just drop a beautiful comment on somebody's wall just to make their day. There's no special occasion. Just post a beautiful full one of those gift things, or an inspirational post when they least expect it,
yeah,
or you see someone's comment that is you can tell that they're struggling. Just put some inspiration there. You got this. Give them some love and light. So I love the little post-it thingies. Uh, Finding stuff in grocery carts. I mean, handing somebody something. Just make somebody's day, you know? It doesn't have to be about money. It's all about the heart, the love, the light. So, right. All
and,
right, guys.
and hope we'll see you all in an hour for Silly
That's
Rose.
right. That's right. We got a show. I got to go
Got
see
a
what
show
cards are
in
going to play. So, all right, everybody. We shine brighter.
together.
Love you all.